Howdy everyone, it's Dad with a bag. Working on a, we'll call it a hybrid again. 77 body, CJ7. 83-ish frame, 77 axles. The engine's an 81. So it's a weird conglomeration of everything. I'm working on the driver's side of the body, right where this fender would be at. This guy right here is the carbon canister that would go for your vent for your fuel tank, for your PCV, for your carburetor. You might find this guy bolted to the frame. A lot of times I've been watching, there's the bolts, the holes for the bolts, and actually I think they're studs, was already there. This guy fits perfectly right in here, right behind the washer bottle and the overflow bottle, which I'll argue about the overflow bottle later. So today, working on the brakes. Booster, new master cylinder. These brake lines, because the fact that I've got a little bit of a body lift, I can't use the original one. And on top of that, if you look right here, all of this is the mechanical clutch. That's the clutch pedal adjustment, whatever you want to call it, off of the 83 CJ7. It is actually adjustable with linkage. It's adjustable with a rod. The old one was just a ball joint, and the ball joint was worn out. So I robbed this off another Jeep. This guy right down there. That guy right down there. So on the brakes today, if you look down there, you can kind of see this brass. That's the proportioning valve down below that. It's right in the way of where my brake lines are supposed to go. So with the lines going on, I figured out the best place to mount the proportioning valve, which unfortunately is right underneath that linkage. I went and got brake lines. These are around 40-inch lines, and they're two different size lines. So look at that. Also, the thing to look for is the fittings. Most of the threaded fittings are close to the same on if you buy universal brake lines. The problem is you've got 1/2 inch and a 9/16 18 fittings on the master cylinder, and you also have to get little brass adapters on the proportioning valve. I got close on my lines on the diameter. I went ahead and got the adapters for it, but I went ahead and routed my lines around the steering column because it's just convenient that way. It'll be close to the exhaust, not horrible. I'll try to adjust a little bit. There's not a lot of room right through here for the brake line around the steering column on this side with the fender, overflow bottle and everything. So I'm happy with that. I'm gonna leave it a little loose for the moment. I'll get the fender back on. The other thing, that if you're gonna be doing any kind of lift on a vehicle, especially if you do like a body lift, and it's not much of a body lift, it's a little bit, is the steering. The steering shaft has 2 plugs and it's full of plastic. If you get a heat gun, melt it out, get a little hammer, you can tap this out. It's pretty long in there. I went through, re-drilled a hole and bolted it down to kind of make it more secure. I got slopped down on this side of the gearbox, but that's how much I had to adjust the steering because of the body. So if you're thinking about doing a body lift, this right here and your brake lines are gonna be your biggest headache. Not counting, and I've made a video of the emergency brake cable. I had to lengthen that. I actually had to adjust the bracket for those back cables, but it's all together there. I got lucky on the linkage here for the clutch pedal assembly. I was worried that it wouldn't fit right, but the way it's designed, you can actually have a little bit of a sweep on the height of the body. So that's not as big of a deal. It's mainly your steering, your brake lines, your cables, Everything else, for the most part, is going to be relatively the same. All your electrical goes through your body, so that's not too big of a deal. Only thing I thought was kind of goofy is spacing the front grille. And once I get it down, it'll be pretty secure. Once I get everything bolted down properly. Good luck. Keep me posted if there's any questions or anything that you can give me better advice on. It's not perfect. It's not OE, but I like it. Thanks. Bye.